People claim to have seen ghosts or even be haunted by them. Is it possible that we can come back as a paranormal entity from a supernatural world? Science suggests that this is impossible, but there are some bumps in the night that can't be explained. In this documentary we plan on going deeper, further, and may even experience it firsthand. We're in Rotherfield Court at the known haunted swimming pool which is just behind me. There have been many sightings that consist of seeing men sprinting around the ledge of this pool or children swimming in it. This have only been seen late at night, but never in the day when college kids are about. What could be haunting this old, vine, dirty pool? Could it be the men that lived here in the hospital? Or even the children that played in the fields? We now go to Annie Rose, who has an interview with a teacher here at the Henley College with one of her experiences.
Hi, I'm here with Sarah Eyes-Ryder, who is a teacher at the Henley College, to talk about her personal experiences with the paranormal. So Sarah, what exactly happened that day you experienced an entity?
Okay, well, one that stands out the most, I mean, lots of things happened when I was younger growing up. We lived in this flat, me and my mum lived in this flat as I was growing up. And we knew it was something wasn't right with this flat. Before we moved in, my mum researched it and found out that it was built on an ancient burial ground. So we kind of knew, something had to be kind of wrong in the house. But this one experience, the one experience that stands out more than any whilst living in there was the fact that my bedroom, where I was and where I lived in my bedroom, it didn't matter how hot it was outside. It could be boiling hot, middle of the summer. My room was always freezing cold. And you'd walk in and you could see your breath as you walked through the door. It was just that cold. Would have the heating up full blast, would have fan heatings on just to keep my room warm, really. And I took to sleeping in with my mum because it was just so cold, I couldn't bear it in there. But we found out, my mum did some more research and found out that before we moved into this flat, a little boy, I think he was 7 or 8, so the same age as me when we lived there, died about 5-6 years previously of pneumonia in my bedroom. So you can put it down to that. Some people say I'm just, it's coincidence, but as a firm believer that these things happen, I think that's why my room was always so cold.
So did you feel like anything happened before that day?
There were some things before that day, like we had a cat, Thomas, our cat, and he was a hard night, he was like the devil himself. But I just remember again another day we were sat in our living room, and all of a sudden he got up on his hind legs and his hair was all stood up on end, and he was staring at this space in the middle of our living room and nothing was there, there was absolutely nothing there. And all of a sudden he just pounced at this air, I guess, and it fell flat to the ground as we woke, because there was nothing there. And as he fell to the ground, he kind of backed himself up into the corner and just looked absolutely petrified, was just so scared, and then just darted out the room. There was another time when the living room door slammed shut and my mum tried to open it and you couldn't open it. It was like somebody was pulling it from the other side. Not like it was locked or anything, but somebody was forcefully pulling it from the other side. And I was sat in the chair watching her trying to open this door. But at the age of kind of 7, 8, 9, you look at it and you think, oh, this is nothing really.
Did you ever feel uncomfortable in the house at times?
No, not really. I was young. I was 7, 8, 9, so I didn't know anything was going on. I knew my mum was scared at times. I knew my bedroom was cold. I saw my cat do random things, but I wasn't fearful of anything because I didn't understand it back then. But growing up and my age now, I look back at it and yeah, it makes me believe that there's something out there. Those experiences are what makes me believe that ghosts exist, and I guess I'm a believer because of that, really.
So because of that, you now believe?
I do really believe in it. And again, there's other places that I've been like, people watch you and you feel like people are watching you in your room and things like that. And I firmly believe that, and I think it's a shame that people don't really. I don't, like people that are close to me that have passed on, I want them to be there. I want ghosts to exist so I know like people that I love are still around me, I guess. And that's another reason why I believe in it. I struggle to cope if I didn't believe that people existed and spirits didn't exist afterwards, so yeah.
It's rumoured that the Henley College is haunted. Would you agree with this?
Yeah, I would really, especially this building here, the Rotherfield building. This has been here for 150 years, I guess, maybe more, and it was used during the war as a rehabilitation hospital, and many people have died here, after the First and Second World War, and there are rumours, like our secretary, she's here and she can smell eggs and bacon being cooked, because this is the wing where the kitchen was, and she'll sit there and she'll say, oh, there's eggs and bacon being cooked at the moment. So it's things like that. It's a smell, there's noises that happen, there's rumours that things get moved at the night time and things like that, and chairs are turned around and stuff. But again, they're rumours, they're what people believe. Everything can be explained all depending on what you believe, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this place was haunted. I don't like being here by myself with any neighbours. It's just, I run up and down corridors to get to and from. This building especially, not so much the other buildings because they're a lot more new, but this one especially, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Mary Blandy, the poisoner of Henley-on-Thames, was executed for murdering her father on Monday the 6th of April 1752. She was buried in the early hours of the following day at the parish church of St. Mary the Virgin, between the graves of her parents. The burial service was conducted by Rev. William Stockwood, and the graves of the Blandys can no longer be traced after restoration work on the church. People walking through late at night have often heard knocking on the windows or the doors, or even certain sightings of Mary behind trees or running across the graveyard.
I'm here with Josh in the Rotherfield basement to talk about his sceptical views on the supernatural. So Josh, why don't you believe in ghosts?
I don't know, it's just the fact that people come up with excuses for why things are here, like so they have something to believe in and something to be scared of, and I just think that science proves that there isn't anything there and there is no life after death.
But we're in the Rotherfield basement and it's rumoured that this is the most haunted place in Henley. Do you not feel the chill that everyone else seems to feel?
I feel uncomfortable because it's dirty and whatever, and there's dead mice and whatnot in here, but it doesn't really scare me, the fact that there would be dead, haunted or dead people. It's just not my sort of thing.
Has anything ever happened to you that could be put down as paranormal, and is there an explanation for why?
Some things have happened which which you can't really explain, but that's one of the things which happens in life. I don't know, I don't really tend to question it, because then you overthink things and then you get a bit more worried.
So what do you believe happens to you after death if you don't believe in the paranormal?
I just think once you die, you die. There's no heaven, hell, paranormal, haunted people looking down on you. Or I just think your life's lived, and then once it's over, it's over.
Is that not really a sad outlook on life?
Some people may think so, but it's a way for me to not get scared or feel like people are looking down on me and stuff like that.
Thank you, Josh. Now move on to Elliot, who is further down in the cellar.
We're now going to show the footage that was captured when we visited the Rotherfield basement.